There is a reason why study after study shows that conservatives give more to charity than liberals do. Why the percentage that every millionaire Democratic candidate for president gave to charity last year was under 3%. 3% of what they made. I know people who are much poorer, like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars poorer than Beto O'Rourke, who gave a lot more, not just percentage of what they make, but also just dollar amount of what they make to charity. And yet, these are the same people that want to lecture the rest of the world, or at least the rest of the country, about empathy. But it is not empathy. It is not empathy to tell the government to take money from people that are richer than you and distribute it to the poor. It is not generosity if you are being generous with other people's money. And for those who are Christians, people who identify as Christians, who also identify as socialists, besides the myriad biblical passages that we have walked through many times that push against socialism, I would like these people to consider why socialism and godlessness always seems to go hand in hand. Why is it that when nations move further to the left and the government grows, that faith in God as a country wanes? I want them to consider why that is. Can you name a country that has become more Christian or even more religiously free, has had more religious liberty as it's moved closer to communism and socialism? Can you name a country that those two things have gone in the same direction? I can't. But before I freak all of you out and you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to hell in a handbasket here and the country is going to be ruined. Here's where I find hope, as scary as it can be to think about that we might be approaching this age. There's always hope. There's hope in Christ. There's hope in things eternal, knowing that this world is not our home and that one day Jesus is going to rule in perfect peace, and that there's not going to be divisiveness. There's not going to be politics. There are going to be people that we disagreed with on this earth in heaven, and we are going to be in perfect unity and perfect peace there. Of course, that's hope, and of course, that's a good thing. But there's also something to hope for and to understand about this life or this side of eternity. That what happens when Christianity becomes less mainstream in a country, as hard as it is to watch, as difficult as it is, and as much as I think we have a responsibility as Christians to make sure that God's law, as much as we can, is being advocated for here on earth, either legislatively, like through abortion policy, or privately, through our own lives and just through sharing the gospel. As difficult as it is to see Christianity become less mainstream, though, what we can find comfort in is that the church of God always becomes stronger. Is that when the church, the true church, is pushed to the margins of society, that we actually become stronger, that there is no law, that there is no policy, that there is no rule or ban or any kind of limitation on free speech or freedom of religious exercise that is going to drown out the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's not going to happen.